For today's video, we are going to continue Act 2 of Chapter 2, and we're going to go through the story quest like last time. And I don't know if I'm even close to where I left off, but I want to see if I can get further into the story and also eventually go back and 100% Act 1. So I did do a little bit of like clearing some stuff, I guess. So as you can see, I did clear the fourth map of chapter 3, 100%ed it. I think I could be able to 100% the last two. In terms of chapter 4, I don't actually know if I will. So maybe I will. Who knows? We'll see. Um, let's just dive into it because the last video was kind of long, and I do apologize for that, but I really wanted to just, I guess, ramble and play the game at the same time. So I just want to talk. Um, Commander, our intel gathering indicates a split among the Quintesson Leadership Council, with Marissa and Windblade believing the scientist is the weak link. Here's a situation report. We were back at the Quint stasis chamber to see if we could learn more, and I was providing protection via my sniper scope in case things got hectic. And that's when things got interesting and dangerous. We entered the chamber to start our reconnaissance when a swarm of heavily armed guards flooded the area. But before we were flushed out and forced to retreat, we did see something odd. Yes, the scientist was filming some sort of, I don't know what to call it, but it seemed he was recording himself. That never sounds good. Usually, isn't there like a trope with like mad scientists recording themselves, like recording their evil plan, like they're gonna do something really bad and then it's gonna just, affect everybody. I mean, usually that's the plot, right? So I don't know. I don't know. So I guess we'll find out when we reach the end of this map. Um, okay. I guess that's for what I want to talk about in this video, because now all these earlier videos just feel like a podcast to me, because I just talk about whatever's on my mind, which is kind of funny. I don't know. I really don't know what to talk about today. Maybe I could talk about like, oh, I know what to talk about. Here we go. Let's talk about other Transformer games. I did take a look at that new Transformer Tactical Arena game. I played a little bit of it, and it's not really my thing. I know maybe some of you might be into those kind of games, but I'm not. It is basically like Clash Royale, but with Transformers. That's basically what that game looks like or plays like. It's not just that game. There's a couple other games I've seen that are kind of similar, with that more with that formula, I guess now. And I did pay Earth Wars a look. I didn't download it. I just wanted to see like the updates that they keep providing to the game. And yeah, that game is a good example of like what I wish this game could have been many years ago. And Earth Wars again, also not my kind of Transformer game. It is very heavily similar to Clash of Clans style, but you're using Transformer characters, of course, to attack other people's base. And yeah, not really into the base builder kind of games anymore. I used to love base builder games, and it wasn't just Clash of Clans. I also played a bunch of other games that were similar to Clash of Clans. And of course, when Supercell made Boom Beach, I think it was called Boom Beach. I don't remember what the actual name was called. Um, I installed that too. So I had a lot of like interest in base builder games where you had to defend your base, all that stuff, because it was just really fun. And I think it's because it reminded me of a game that I played a long time ago on the PC. Um, Maybe some of you heard of this game, because it's quite old now, and they remade it recently, not in the way you would expect it to be, probably the worst way to remake or take the name of the game and remake it in a terrible style, in my opinion. Command and Conquer, or otherwise known as Red Alert, 1, 2, and 3. There were like three games, I believe, in the franchise. And I just did a really bad mistake right there. So I used to play those games a lot. I really enjoyed those kind of games because not only did you have to build a base, like you had a mission objective where you had to just like build an army of infantry stuff and just attack the enemy outposts to win. I don't remember what the genre of these games are called, but I really did like playing those back then growing up. I think Civilization is also similar to this too. I haven't played any of those type of games in like forever, but nowadays I'm not really into these kind of games because it's just, you know, we change as we grow. So I moved away from these kind of base builder games, and now I tend to like playing more what do you call it, story driven games, where if the story is interesting, I'll stay around for it, or gotcha games. Yes, I'm going to be clean and honest here. I have an addiction to gotcha games, unfortunately. You can even say Contest of Champions and Force of Fight back when they were both, you know, like Force of Fight when it was owned by Kabam, you can say that the Crystal opening system is technically a gotcha because it's the same idea, right? So I do have an addiction to a few gotcha games, and I will say what they are. And I'll go by the history, I guess, after I read this. So the scientist was recording, but seemed to get a call alerting him to some trouble and rushed off. In a hurry, something must have scared him in a big way, took the gold tube dinghy he was talking into, and off he went. Perhaps he intercepted a signal from some no good do-gooders. They'll send most folks packing for protection. Blaster, you're not looking so good, friend. Report to Ratchet for a reboot and virus scan. Nah, I'm feeling fine and doing great. Just got a head full of static I'm looking to shake. That's not static, Blaster, that's dark energon. Trust us, you'll feel better after a system's refresh. Calling all Quintessons. This is Blaster on location with some Autobot bummers, and I'm about to rock the place down to rubble. Or you could put out a distress call. Great, Commander. You better cut his signal before we're flooded with backup. Okay. So, like I was saying, I guess like the first gotcha game that I got into was what was it? Hmm. If it's strictly anime gotcha games, it would be Fate Grand Order. That was probably the first one, and I still play that game to this day. I've never quit that game. I probably put more hours into that game than any. When there's events to farm, I'm just like playing that game like crazy. Um, and then after that, I got into Bleach Brave Souls. I got into Arknights. Then played a little bit of Genshin, right? So on and so forth. And I'll continue after I read this. Commander, I have some distressing news. Last night we were understaffed with numerous teams on away missions. I fear I overestimated the strength of those on guard duty. The Quintessons deployed a squad of brainwashed friends, and now Ultra Magnus is missing. We believe they have taken him hostage. Your mission, get him back. As a security precaution, the EDC has homing beacons installed in all our troops. Readings indicate Ultra Magnus is nearby. Nearby as in standing before you, what seems to be the dilemma, Marissa? Wait, what? Magnus, if you're here, then whose signal is this? Commander, you better investigate. Oh, okay. Alright, I will. Yeah, so I did play Genshin for a little bit, but then I quit because I realized that I wasn't really into the open world sort of game, and I don't know, I didn't really get into Genshin Impact too much. And then when Honkai Star Rail came out, I am playing that game like every day right now, nonstop, from launch to now. I did have to take a little bit of a break from it because, again, sometimes when I get addicted, I don't think I've ever said this before. So sometimes when I get addicted to a certain game, I don't put it down. Like I'll find reasons to log into it consistently. And yeah, that's not good. It's kind of a bad habit that I have when it comes to playing games, but I've gotten better where nowadays ever since like I started school at UCI, and realizing that time was of the essence when it came to what was important. I've gotten better where now I can just go on with weeks just not even logging into some of these games because it's better to just take a break and then come back to it when I feel like coming back to it. So, and how these games tend to pull you in is technically like, the daily login, the daily rewards, all that stuff. And when you install so many of these gotcha games, you have to log in every single day if you don't want to break your login streak just to like get those rewards. And that's how they keep you going. But you know, now I'm just like, yeah, I've gotten to a point where I'm good with these games. I'm at a good place with them. So if I don't log in for like a few days, it's not the end of the world. So yeah. Um, and that was kind of how I was with Force to Fight back when it came out, like in 2017. I played this game every single day. Um, like I am right now again. But at least the difference is that right now I'm not actually like playing the game like every single day. Um, I am trying to find time to like take a break, and then when I do feel like playing it, then I'll play it. So, this is why we are having today's episode. As you can see, I'm feeling like I should play the game. It's better to do it this way than burn myself out, because I don't want to do that. Not with this series. I want to, do a proper send off. So. And that's basically the game that I'm consumed by right now. Is a lot of phone games. I do play computer games, here and there, but not all the time. I tend to spend most of my time, if I'm not playing games, I'm just watching YouTube videos or watching anime. That's kind of like the only two things I usually do. And if I feel like writing something, then I'll just write something out of boredom. But I'm never like away from my computer. Just like the shut-in mentality that I have um is there, right? I can stay home for weeks and just not do anything. But at the current moment of my life, I mean, what else am I gonna do until I get some sort of, response from my job applications? And yeah. Um, all right, we're fighting Bumblebee again. I'm surprised that they haven't put a Waspinator on the map. I wonder if that's because like the story trapped there, or he's like in another act in the future. That's when I'll fight him. It's kind of weird because in the last video, I was like, wait a minute, Waspinator is in this game, right? And he is, but I haven't fought him yet. So I don't understand. If I was being tracked, why am I not showing up on your tracker? Looks like the Quintessons are testing out a bunch of tech to keep us confused. We'll chase the signal and see what the trouble is. Trouble you shall find. Trouble, fear, the sounds of horror, so much to discover. Surge, I should have figured we were seeking a seeker by the speed of the signal's movement. What do you hope to gain here, Decepticon? A moment's distraction to cause a minor panic? Each step we take is one towards glorious darkness and the rule of our new masters. You'll see it all clearly soon enough if you survive. We're getting nowhere here. I'll inform the Earth Defense Command. We need to refresh our trackers while you escort Dirge from the area. Okay, interesting. So Dirge. That's another character I've actually never heard of either. Dirge. I don't know anything about this character. When it comes to these like conehead looking guys, I've only known of Ramjet for a long time because my first introduction to Ramjet was that IW, or no, not IW, IDW comic from a it was like a comic book that they released a long time ago where it was like a collection of Transformer comic stories. And there was this one story where I guess Ramjet got the better of himself and literally tried to take over the Decepticons. I don't remember what the plot was, but he underestimated Megatron. He got destroyed, and then Megatron like ripped his head off. I don't know, some crazy stuff. But The meddlesome human leader known as Pharaohborn is really twisting my tentacles. Agreed. Her past interaction with us afford her a dangerous knowledge of our technology and operations. She was able to deduce our use of the clone tracker on the Decepticon. Yes, she poses a distinct threat to our future endeavors. Thus, we must take precautions against using devices or mythologies. Wait, methodologies she may have encountered in our shared past. May I suggest we recruit some help? Say someone so bug-brained we would have full control over their actions. Let me guess, it's kickback. Oh yeah. Of course, an Insecticon is just the thing we need to crush these pests. Delicious dark energon. It is such a treat. Where can one find more masters? You know the Insecticons. Let me actually talk about the Insecticons. The Insecticons have like changed as well over the years when it comes to how they've looked. I remember the way they were designed to Transformer Prime. It was also pretty crazy. They look so unique in that show. So I don't remember what I was talking about before this. Oh boy. Man, sometimes that short-term memory does kick in so badly. Maybe that's what happens now that I'm at the middle of my 20s. Jesus. Well, I was talking about Ramjet. That's right. Okay. So in that comic book, there were like a couple different stories that they come pack into one, and I've never read a lot of the IDW Transformer comics. I don't know if they're. I know some of them are pretty good. So, and some of the characters that are in this game were introduced, I believe, in the IDW Transformer comics. I don't think they were ever mentioned anywhere else. So there's that. But yeah, Ramjet was a pretty cool character in that story until he got killed because Megatron, basically found out his plan and Megatron doing Megatron stuff. So, and speaking of Megatron, I actually am starting to like the design of that Megatron in the movie, the Transformer One movie. He's the only one that kind of looks exactly like what he's supposed to look like in the present timeline, but the Hasbro figure for that Megatron though, I'm not gonna lie, those legs look so long. Like it looks weirdly proportioned with the way the legs are to his body and his arm. Um, I think the 3-0 one that I saw looks better, but of course that's 3-0. So, and it's kind of weird that they didn't make them Voyager classes. I hope they do make Voyager versions of these Transformer One designs because the whole what do you call it? The deluxe class versions of them. I feel like it's too small. Doesn't it, like allow them to give them more detail, and the colors are kind of off too. I think from what it looks like in the movie. I don't know. I don't know if they'll ever get Voyager versions. I hope they do, because um, I might pick them up. Well, not now, but I'm saying I might in the future. Uh, I did also see some other stuff that were recently announced, I guess, that I didn't really like look into. So there were other Transformer releases. They did show the Gamer Edition, like more for Cybertron Ratchet, and I'm not gonna lie, that line of figures is like a hit or miss with the releases. Like the Megatron was not the greatest. I didn't even buy it. The Bumblebee, I think came out okay. I missed out on it, so I don't have it. Cliff Jumper reuses the same mold. And then who else was there? Barricade looked fine, but then from what I heard, there were like backpack problems, or I don't know, there was something wrong with the figure that just, wasn't that great. And then who else was released? Oh, Decepticon Soldier Guy. So these are the guys that you would probably see in the game a lot. They're like the minions. They also made that into a figure. And now we have Ratchet. So, and Ratchet looks okay, but not the best. I think out of all the releases so far, Optimus looks better. And who else is there? I think that's it. I don't really want to say the other ones look great. Um, but I do hope that when they do get to the, what do you call them? Oh, before I continue, Insecticons shall rule supreme. All shall be consumed. Well, there's a level-headed addiction to the fight. Surely we can find common ground here. Oh, who am I kidding? Time to scrap this Deceptipest. The hunger never stops. Must consume. But only thing you're eating here is fisses. Yes, fisses, arms, wheels, cogs, all for feasting. The Dark Energon makes me hungry. I think they may have overdone it a bit when they dipped you in their brainwash, but the brainwash cleaned out, or the brain must be cleaned out. I didn't read that correctly. Mean little words, mean little bot won't matter. Not once I munch your metal. No matter, I'm going to leave this one in your capable hands. I prefer my metal unmunched. Oh God. Um, I was saying that if they release like the fall Cybertron designs in that Game Reverse storyline, the Studio Series Game Reverse, I hope they don't fumble those figures. Like the Optimus and the Megatron, they need to come out like good. Like that's the only way to redeem that Megatron figure is if they make that fall Cybertron version, because I don't think they ever made one in the past. I know other companies have made it, like different companies have made that design into a figure, but Hasbro, I don't think ever made that fall Cybertron Megatron into a figure. I don't remember. All I know is that they did make the Optimus, and at the time it was a deluxe class, and I do have that figure. And let's just say it's an okay figure, but it could definitely be better. Um, so yeah. Ooh, where that? Last, I requested that you accompany myself and the commander on this mission. Signal seems clear and the tape is tuning. Sorry about the misunderstanding back there, and thanks for letting me set me right again. Happy to help. I need your communication skills for the next task. We lost some top tech. What are you looking for? A scanner, a space bridge key, a mobile device capable of cutting edge gaming, all of the above? A bot, specifically one known to tinker with tech in a dangerous way. It's a wheeljack. Oh, you thinking they carjack wheeljack. Oh, that spells trouble with a capital T. That's on fire from a wire shot. Indeed, he's a magnificent ally. He has a head full of Autobot secrets we don't want spilling out, and some dangerous tech to boot. Well, let's not sit around yakking. Luckily, Wheeljack forgets to hang up calls enough that he may have a comm open and I can track. Let's go. Oh, yeah, that was kind of obvious to guess, right? It was Wheeljack. So, but yeah, a lot of these Transformer figures are also very costly now, like I said in I think episode 2. Um, so it's kind of on and off, especially like with how the figures come out now for the Transformer line. I'm like, yeah, some designs are hit or miss. I don't need them, and then some are like, okay, looks cool. I'll put it on the list. However, there are some releases where you kind of have to get them right away. The Game Reverse Optimus Prime, I remember I pre-ordered him because he sold out like crazy. But that figure probably is the best that they've done. Um, in terms of the robot mode, in terms of vehicle mode, I do agree with most people that back portion they could have found a way to hide the hands so it doesn't look weird. But what can you do? Certain sacrifices have to be made, right? I did see like a kit upgrade to that Optimus made by I don't know what the kits are called, but they're like add-ons that you can buy from like a third party that can cover that ugly looking back area in vehicle mode. So that's kind of cool, but they are kind of expensive. So I've never bought any of those kind of upgrade kits. Not that I don't want them, but it's just I'm not crazy to need such kits, I guess, but they are there for people who do need them. So there is that. Um, Also, speaking of like Transformer toys, as we continue this subject, I've always wanted those like triple changer or whatever they're called, the ones where you can like transform them really quickly. Those old gimmicky toys. I think they were called Smash Changer. I don't remember. I saw people playing with those in like one of the videos I came across recently, and I'm like, whoa, they still make those. They're kind of fun looking. um, but I think even those have gotten up in price now. Man, everything, even the cheapest option is no longer cheap. I had to spend, I think, around like $10 on the core class figures for two of them for my Soundwave from the Bumblebee movie because there was a Ravage and then there was I think is Rumble. There was also Rumble, and each of those cost around like $10 for something that tiny. I was like, there's no way these are $10, but they are. Even tiny little like mini cons, if you even want to call them that, they're so expensive now. They used to be, I believe, like less than $10. At least like maybe like $5 to $6. That's still kind of expensive for like a tiny piece of plastic, but better than paying $10, right? Yeah, they don't so yeah, those have went up in price, and it's just everything is just no longer the same. But hey, the line that I'm addicted to, DC Multiverse, even their prices have went up. And I know this has been posted a while ago, but I never said this in any of my videos. That Batman with the glider is probably the coolest thing that they've ever dropped. Like at first I thought it was kind of stupid. I was like, why would I spend $40 on this? Um that might not be a good idea. But after looking at those photos and realizing this Batman also has a cloth cape, I was like, now I kind of want it. And that's how it always goes when I see something cool. I want it the moment I look back at my older mindset not that long ago, which was only a few weeks ago, where I told myself, yeah, I don't need this. This is kind of unnecessary to have. Like, what am I gonna do with this hang glider? Like, display him with it? Of course. Well, like, do I really need another Batman? And I, here we are, admitting that we do. And I think in that post I said that there were two Batmans that I would buy. It would be the hang glider one and also that Noel one. I wonder if there's gonna be a third one. Ugh, I have a feeling there's gonna be a third one. The Batman addiction never ends. It never does. Okay, Wheeljack time. Let's see. Of all the visitors we have brought into the realm of New Quintessa, the human commander poses the greatest threat. They must be extinguished. Them and all Autobot kind. They are too unwilling to confirm or conform. Fear not, I have enhanced both the combat skills and intelligence of our minions. What? You create more problems, not a solution. If this proves to be another failed experiment, your cycles upon this planet are over. Don't worry, he has help for these newest tests. Oh, he has help for these newest tests. I got such sights to show you. We were right, Blaster. Wheeljack has been broadcasting this whole time. Hope we're not too late to the party. We didn't bring any snacks or dip, but we can lay down a beat or at least beat you down. Stop this blabbering nonsense. Wheeljack, destroy your former friends and show these fools the power of my technological advancements. Oh boy. Okay. I mean, we're gonna destroy him anyways, so it won't show anything. Hold on, hold on. I spoke too soon. Yeah, I spoke too soon. I spoke way too soon. Okay, now I can get some hits. Wheeljack is like a character that I should probably get on my team. Oh, why did I run into that like an idiot? Oh no. Don't do that. Okay, here we go. Yeah, that shield thing is pretty freaking OP. Holy. Oh no. No! Why am I fumbling? Why am I messing up? Oh, oh. Yeah, 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 yeah. Screw up. Here, take SP1. Eat that. No, I was gonna charge in there. Okay. Well, we fumbled that one pretty bad. That was pretty bad at right there. So, okay, let's continue to the next map. Mirage, I've been thinking about the device you saw back in the Quintesson stasis chamber. You described it as a large golden glider. Or cylinder, not glider. Cylinder. I believe I called it a gold tube thingy. But yes, what of it? Call me crazy, but my intuition is screaming at me, as are some ancient files in Teletran. And what are they saying? The device is a Quintesson journal, one just like it got them in big trouble cycles ago. So you're saying they are foolish enough to leave all their secrets laying around where anyone can get at them? Yeah, there's a chance. A chance is all we need. How about using your special skill set to go procure it? Sneaking and swiping are two of my favorite things. See you in two shakes of Digi-Sheep's tail. Okay. All right. Whatever that means. Oh, okay. Look at all these 4 stars. Their numbers are so high. Man, they made it like really difficult, I guess. I guess I forgot about how hard it is sometimes in this version. It's not the same. But I'll beat everything. I will win. For now, I am weak. But I will 100% everything. I know I will. So, even if it's difficult. I really hope you guys are enjoying this like as much as I am. I don't know. Maybe some of you haven't played this game in a while, but it does suck that you need a Netflix account. And I will say this though, to anyone who comments asking me to give you a Netflix account or my Netflix password, I cannot do that. I apologize, but I have to pay for this account too, so it's not something I can give out for free, and that's also against terms of service. I don't want to get my account banned. Um, I know you can add profiles for other people to use, but I don't. I'm only using this account for this game, and that's it. I'm not using it for anything else. And eventually, once I reach my end goal of the series, I'm gonna have to cancel the Netflix account at that point, right? Like I won't come back to this game after because, like I said, there's really nothing else to come back to after I'm done with the main story quest, right? Um, which is unfortunate. But I hope that this series lasts quite a long time until then, because I don't think I'll get to the end so quick. There's always a hurdle. So, yeah. All right. Let me finish this up. I think I might break this into 2 parts. I think this video is already long enough as it is. I don't want to make it too long. I have a feeling we're like past 30 minutes already. This is just a hunch. Let me just use up my stamina here, and then we will finish it. And I'll continue this part in the next video. So let's try not to record everything in one sitting. Um, that's sometimes a problem I have where I feel like I should record everything all at once, and yeah, not a good thing. I like how the conversation has turned from this to now I record everything at once, and it's a problem. Oh no! Oh, oh. Man, I'm lucky that I'm fighting these easy lanes. Like, if I fought any of those hard lanes right now, I'd probably just get wrecked. I'm still using a 2-star bot even all the way up to this point. Okay. Alright. This will be the final fight. And we will continue this segment in the next video after this. So that's what I'm gonna do. Alright, that sounds like a good idea. But yeah, if you're enjoying the series, give this video a like because it has been fun making these videos again for this game. It's something that I hope to make more videos of before my time with it is over. And yeah, really been fun doing this. So if you enjoyed this video, give it a like. If you want to subscribe to my channel, you can also do that as well, but you don't have to. And with that said, take care, and I'll see you in the next video.